I grew up in Nyeri. Very cheeky, always smiling, happy boy. I was knee-high. Unfortunately, half of it was the head. So, like, and the head, same head, like this high. So, yeah. I was told I'm ahead of my time. Anyway. So, unfortunately, being in Nyeri Primary, they used to make you do swimming. And now, when you're that height, you really can't touch the floor and a lot of other things. And then when they tell you to jump, because of gravity, the head flips down. So I hated swimming. And now, put it 30 years ago, 30 years, April Fool's has always been a special day for me. So I said, it's my vengeance to the swimming team, to the swimming fraternity. And I went and told the headmaster, okay, hi, sir. There's a snake in the pool. And the man jumped over my big head, ran over, jumped over a fence, picked a stick on the way, and I'm all this time running behind him, and I just got to him. I told him, April Fools! That man tried to beat that fool out of me. I think there's still some left, but anyway, debate for another day. So I grew up, and we had this thing in primary school that if you're a smart kid, you're a good kid. I never got that because I was really smart but very naughty. But they used to let me get away with stuff. So while they're whipping you, they're saying, okay, tomorrow when you're doing you're going to be number one. You get on the podium. Okay, don't. So it was, and I learned that with a smile and some smarts, I could get away with it. Moved on to Alliance High School. I have never met such a huge group of delusions of grandeur. I was like, man, what is wrong with these people? How do you sincerely think you're that smart? You just did some paper. Anyway, I'm on the old boys committee. Apologies, Alliance boys. It was not a bad school, but it was a mix of people who were in a colonial, some colonial management system, for lack of a better word. These delusions of grandeur, some lost sense of privilege. And how does a cheeky boy like me survive? So I learned to add a new arsenal, which was getting on stage and telling a story. I can really talk for long. I've been limited to it, 12 minutes? Okay. So I got into the acting, and to get away, that helped me get away with trouble with the school, but to get away from the bullies, I learned that when you're seen walking with girls, boys tend to kind of leave you alone just for a few introductions. I say, oh my God, you're telling me if I go and tell these girls about my big head, you guys standing there, you will not harass me? It worked perfectly. And that we, one way or the other, got through high school and entered the survival mode of college. And in college, it's a strange world because now people take this to the next level where boys like fellow boys with girls, and girls like guys with girls. So I put these maths together with my genius big head. I said, aha, middle ground is mine. Just walk around with girls and you'll survive this thing. And so in the middle of trying to sneak out of all this thing, developed this persona of someone who was hopping around being cheeky. Trust me, that kiss the girls thing is true. You know that song? George Ikua? Pudding and pie? Hey. So trust me, the horror, when I had Akasho telling about the boy who called, I was like, damn, that was me. Anyway. So the funny thing, when you're trying to fit into a society, you tend to get carried away with fitting in society and lose a whole lot of yourself. So I lost a whole lot of yourself, and you become the celebrated lonely man. Because you are standing there, and there's a lot of gravitas to you due to the naughty, bad boy persona that you've created, and deep down you long for the little cheeky boy from Nyeri who just wanted to tell a joke and survive through to the next day. So, went through the motions. By now, we've graduated, started career and all. And again, employment-wise, for some reason, they just keep on employing me. I couldn't get it. Everything I did, these guys would just not fire me. And if they fired me, I'll pick another job. And so I'm confused, like looking for myself. And this friend of mine tells me, come over, let's go to Carnival Simba Groove. Now, for those of you who don't know, Carnival Simba Groove is a place where you go and watch lions dance. So we're going for Simba Groove, and he says he's picking up a friend at Phoenix Theater. So I'm in the car, like, I know I'm going to go to that club, and I'm going to hear the same story, dance, tell the same jokes, and these people are going to believe me. And I'm like, why are you believing me? This thing is a lie. And I sat there, and the guy took a bit long, and I started getting pressed. So I decided, okay, I can scoot in, go to the bathroom, come back. Now, how many men here can open a bra with 2 fingers? Okay, if you're sitting next to your wife, don't raise your hand. Anyway, like, because you never done it, I know. Anyway, so while they were blessed with that gift, I was blessed with the gift of unzipping and peeing with one hand. Oh, look, I have this skill. It's actually talent. Don't stress. So I run in, and I see this door. And I'm like, okay, there's the bathroom. And I do my magic motion, and I'm getting ready to open the yank door, and whoops, it's a closet full of brooms. So this thing doesn't have the talent in rewind. Come on. It's gross. It's a family show. Come on. Don't go there. I'm telling you, it's my story, right? It's. So I'm like, oh, and I turn, and I meet the most beautiful eyes in my life. And she says, I think it's that way. And that's the first day I saw Janet. And so I crawl back into the car with embarrassment. I'm like, hey, I'm still the bad boy. They still like my jokes and my big head, evil, whatever. And I sit in the car, and the guy we are picking up comes walking in with her. And she sits next to me. So, did you find the bathroom? Oh, yeah. So, and all night she kept asking me all strange questions, and I was really nervous because, why are you talking to me? You know, I've been given a lift. If you talk to me too much, I might be left in carnival. You know, it's hard being a young man. So, anyway, she went and all that, and I went back to work. I was working in some software company, and the phone rings, and there's a voice on the end saying, hi, I'm Janet. Remember we met at Carnival? Would you like to get coffee sometime? Told you bad boys got it. You know, so we went on fast and we walked in the sunset. And as we were walking, I was just saying, maybe there's a chance. And I kept asking, are you serious? You want to go with me? You look like normal, you know? What are you doing with me? And she just kept talking. And I said, maybe there's a chance that I could finally be me and not this thing that I created. And we started dating. That was crazy fun, man. Like, we dated for 6 years. And I remember, of course, Janet, if you knew, was a very beautiful girl. And tons of suitors, as you can imagine. And I was in my 20s, and I remember this day. We had a tiff in the morning, and I decided to go and apologize to her at her office. And it was Valentine's Day. And my budget was some fries, a packet of chips, you know. At that time, you could eat a packet of chips. Right now, I eat a packet of chips and a bulge appears behind. I don't know. Sorry for another day. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I've saved this thing. I'm just going to tell her, look, Valentine's is about looking into each other's eyes. Forget about not having money. So I show up at her office, and there's Janet with like 48 roses, chocolates, and some dude with the most annoying big car outside parked telling her, oh, Janet, oh my gosh. Hey, this is painful. This is a painful story, guys. So I had to pull rank and say, hey, come on. You know, like come on. And so we go home. She says, okay, then fine. I'll tell him to go away. You take me home. They said, fine. I tell her, the bus stop is around the corner. So with our big bouquet of roses and mini chocolates, got home and told her, okay, we got to my place, and there was a big padlock outside the door. And I said, what is this? Right, the caretaker says, Landro Lalifunga. So I can't believe this audience laughs at poverty. Come on, like, really? What kind of people are you? Anyway, so I'm telling you, this is... So I tell her, hey, put the many roses down, let's do it. So I tell her, don't worry, I have a plan. There's one window I don't close. But I live on first floor. So I get a ladder, prop it to the wall, and Janet with her dainty heels and many, I tell her, I'll bring up the flowers, don't worry. And she climbed up through the window. And we sat and ate my chips. And that is love. That is love. And that is how I knew, even if you bring that big car, let me tell you, big head, jokes, and a smile. It still works. No, anyway, so we did it. It was fun, and then we got married. And it was I have a couple of a groomsman of mine and a bridesmaid who are here. We had so much fun. I had I think I'm the only man who, to his wedding night bed, didn't carry his wife alone. She was so drunk, we carried her, two of us, into the bed. And the guy said, "Do you need me to help?" Hey, no. So we had so much fun. And I can't believe you guys are laughing at this story. It's a sad story. Sadly, anyway, it was a nice wedding. Let's edit that. So 2 weeks later, her dad died. And I've never seen that girl so broken. Janet broke into 2 pieces, and I'm not really sure they ever got back. Cried. Have you ever had a cry from deep in the sternum? I used to hear wailing in my house downstairs. Whole night wailing. It broke her. And after it broke her, the next thing it did was break our new marriage. How we survived those next 2 years. For all the young couples out there, you have to remember why you married her, because that's the only thing that made neither of us leave. There were a couple of attempts to leave it. That loss of her dad never broke her she was the last one, very close to the dad. And sadly, I never related with the grieving. And I used to say, he's gone. You know all these nice things people say? Life moves on, it's God's plan, what. And I used to say them to her. I was like, it's funny. Now I'm grieving, now I get it. Till you go through it, you'll never get it. So it's a lesson in trying to get some empathy. But we were still yin and yang. And through it all, some way, our son was conceived. And Janet came back. And we named our son after her dad, and my dad, he's called Peter Daniels. And we call him Pedro. He was nicknamed actually by a lady who sits somewhere here. And we started life again. And now finally, it was always, I got my gal back. And now I learned that a smile, the laughter, the jokes, I have to add on to it something else called kindness. It's called giving and staying when you don't understand. And I started that journey of my life of giving favor where I did not expect it back. And I spent everyone who knew me. I'm a guy of the party. I mean, I love the party. And I would sit down and talk to anyone. I mean, the number of hookers I've tried to convert into saints is amazing. They should name their children after me. I mean, like, this giving. And so we had this young family, beautiful. Janet was doing her TV shows. My business was growing. I was traveling across the continent. Things were coming together. And April Fool's my day again. And that Easter, Janet got sick again. That day tickles me to no end. And she got sick, and we started this journey. And the most amazing thing is that kindness that I had learned to give Janet when she was grieving, and the kindness that I decided to live my life again on top of the smile and the cheekiness and all this, is what carried us through. The favor that came out. I'll give you an example. So one day, Janet used to clot a lot. She used to get 2 injections of Clexin in the body. And if she didn't get it, she clots, gone. Now that injection is about 3,500. So you're spending about 7,000 bob a day. If you're doing this much and you're having a young family and whatever, it's some crazy money. So we run out of money, insurance and everything, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting in my office, and Janet is calling me at 7. So I've told her, don't worry. Typical me, don't worry, I got it, I got this. So I go to the office, I don't have a cent. I borrowed, begged, stolen, nothing. I'm sitting there, okay. Janet starts calling. I'm coming. It's the traffic. She called, and she'll start panicking. Do you have this drug? Are you coming? I'm coming. Go to a point, I just put the phone aside. And I'm telling you, by midnight, that girl would clot. So I put the phone aside on my desk, and I just started to stare at the computer, and I opened Facebook. Facebook is interesting. It's designed to make you feel you're doing worse than everyone. So if you are depressed, it helps you. You know, everyone, do they have filters? How come everyone looks so pumped? No one looks chubby like me, like cubes all over, whatever. So I'm on this Facebook. It's a sad story, guys. And I'm scrolling there, and I get a friend request from some guy I had given those chats of mine of converting people. And that guy had given a chat, and we were in a club, and he was going through a rough time at work, and when he sends me a friend request, we're in high school together. And he says, hey, I reply the friend request, accept, and he starts chatting. He says, where are you? He says, I'm on Gong Road. Why don't you come through? I'm like, okay. For some insane reason, Janet is calling at this time. The phone is going crazy. I say, fine, let me come. So he was an advertising guy, and in his office, they had drinks. So I walk into his office, hi, Philip, and he says, oh, sit down. Here's the Jameson. Really, dude? Okay, you can't ask him money before taking his drink, okay? So, I'm wasting Jameson on this. And no. So you know what? This is my story. Janet's been sick, things are thick, money run out. I said, what? You pay $7,000 a day? Move this checkbook. I tell you, I've not seen this man for 20 years. Last saw him in a club in Westminster. Wrote me a check of $70,000 more. Oh, God bless you. I can do 10 more days. And I took the checkbook, and as I walked, I told him, but we need drugs tonight, and I can't cash this thing. And he said, but I don't have money. I said, hold on. And he went knocking on all the neighbors' doors and raised 7,000 shillings in M-Pesa. And I went home and injected my wife. You see, my friends, not every smile you give is wasted. Not every year you give is wasted. This is the truth of our life. And yes, through all that, you saw the concert. The concert was a purely free thing done through favor of a smile, a referral. We need to stop to where we only give so that we get. April Fools. Last year, Janet died. But before she died, 1 week before, she had come home finally for my daughter's birthday. And Janet turned around and put her hand on my chest and said, now I know what I saw in you. What they don't see, I saw, and I'm so proud of having seen it. And now I knew my girl was going. And April 1st, she left. It's crazy, I guess, there. And for me, the journey after has really been telling everyone there's so much hope out there, even in the darkest times. Janet lived the best part of her life in her last 2 years. We can live this life. Life, naturally, is not fair. But I believe you can fare it. I believe favor can come from left, right, center, like we have had. I have been so blessed. You cannot believe my kids' godmothers appear from everywhere. School fees waivers, all manner of things, business, left, right, center. We are thriving in the midst of this disaster. And now my phase 1 of my life is done. I'm starting phase 2. And in this phase 2, I want to invite you here at Braeburn Theatre today to say with me. Say with me if you can. I intend my life. While life is not fair, I will fare it through my kindness. For I am the angel I seek.